What is up? What is up, YouTube? What is up, FightHype family, boxing fans around the world? We're still all buzzing from Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor. It's been a great weekend of fights. We started Friday night with Adrian Broner, jumped into the big one last night, Teofimo and Josh Taylor. I was going to deliver this a little bit better sarcastically, but we'll go for it anyways. And now we close the weekend with the biggest, most significant, most important fight as it pertains to the world of boxing this weekend. And of course, it's Floyd Mayweather against John Gotti III. Rivalry renewed between Italian-American fighters and Black-American fighters. We had Carmen Basilio and Sugar Ray Robinson, Jake LaMotta and Sugar Ray Robinson back in the day, Arturo Gotti, Floyd Mayweather, Vinny Paz against Roy Jones, and now a rivalry renewed. Mayweather versus Gotti, not two, but the second time he's facing a Gotti, John Gotti III, the grandson of the Gambino crime family, former head of John Gotti Jr., his son, and then, of course, now John Gotti III, who I believe is 2-0 as a professional boxer and maybe 5-1 as a mixed martial arts fighter. So a guy physically bigger than Floyd, who's 30 years old and in his physical prime and has some experience, with his hands. So here we go. We're doing a round by round. I have no shame. I went ahead and plopped down $20 for this fight, and we're gonna have a little fun and do a round by round. We could bounce back and forth between boxing talk and mafia history. We could talk about the formation of the five families, how technically that's a little historically inaccurate, how everyone says the Lucky Luciano and them devised the five families, and that's true, but really Lucky Luciano was trying to be boss of all bosses, capo de tutti capi, and then 1957, Vito Genovese gets him caught up in the Appalachian meeting where all the mob guys got busted in 57, and so Lucky Luciano winds up getting deported to Italy. Well, he was deported to Italy before the 1957 meeting, but that meeting and everyone getting busted kind of cemented that Lucky Luciano and his original crew of Frank Costello and them, they weren't going to get to run the whole commission out of New York, and powers were separated. And I think a lot of that stuff is kind of depicted in the Godfather films, where Hyman Roth is Meyer Lansky, and Meyer Lansky is Hyman Roth is pulling the puppet strings of some of the other mafia members. And I think in real life, Meyer Lansky, Hyman Roth, was pulling the strings of the Vito Genovese and them, conspiring against his old partner Lucky Luciano, because he was mad at him about Bugsy Siegel getting murdered in Vegas like Mo Green in the movies. But anyways, NBA Youngboy is rapping on stage right now, and we're just waiting for main event time. Of course, oh no, this ain't NBA Youngboy. I don't know any of the new rappers like that. I thought it was NBA Youngboy, Floyd's son-in-law, or not his son-in-law, but the father of his grandchild, who already shows some skills when he hits the heavy bag. But anyways, I digress. We got about 650 people in the chat. And what's up, man? G Money says, Fight Hype, you guys are all Floyd fanboys. Well, Floyd's not my favorite fighter of all time, but definitely do love Floyd and think he's top 10 pound for pound in the history of the sport. And it's only fitting that we do a live round by round for Floyd's exhibitions. This is like my fifth Floyd exhibition round by round. So out of about 3 out of 5 of them, he wound up turning up a little bit. He knocked out one fighter in Japan. I'm not even talking about the Tenshin kid. I'm talking about the guy with the fight where he had the flowers thrown at his feet, and then he winds up knocking the fighter out with the right hand. That's what I'm hoping for here. I'm hoping that John Gotti III is pressing Floyd. Oh, it's Blueface? Okay, it's Blueface. Okay, so funny thing about this cat, Blueface, is that I have no idea who he is. Okay, Blueface, Ice Spice, this man's girl, Chrysaean Rock, these are people I don't know. I shouldn't know. I haven't tried to know. But if you're on social media, you know them. And that is the new form of marketing being shoved down your throat. For people my age, I'm 31, the equivalent of what they're doing with people like Blueface, Chrisean Rock, and Ice Spice is the equivalent of the rapper being featured on every feature, on every song, trying to get him in on every new radio song, constantly pumping their album on the commercial, constantly putting them on magazine covers, and it's just a different type of full court press from the media now when they're trying to shove artists down your throat. Obviously, it's in a different way now. Nobody buys CDs no more. No one has cable, so you're not pumping them on every commercial. You're not just putting them on MTV, and VH1 and BET and all the different music channels. You know, now they just, whether you follow these accounts or not, the Daily Loud, all these different sites. If you go on Twitter now, it's almost like World Star Hip Hop ever since Elon Musk took it over. So yeah, thank you guys for telling me though that it's Blueface. Is that his girls? Is that Chrisean Rock? Chat? I don't know these people that well. I don't listen to any music past the year like 2006. I knew we were in trouble as a society and musically when Laffy Taffy came out my freshman year in high school. I looked around and I said, "Uh-oh, it's getting pretty drastic out here." And sure enough, there's a woman shaking her whole ass. Almost looks like she doesn't have panties on out there. Blueface adjusting himself. And yeah, man, it's 2023, baby. 2023, and we're on FightHype Live commentating Floyd Mayweather exhibitions. It's a beautiful time. Let me see here. Just read some of the chats. Who's gonna win? Probably Floyd Mayweather, you would think. Rakishi P. Mob says, FightHype stop line. You know all of them. I know the Ice Spice. I'm gonna sound old. I know the Ice Spice. I'll put a "the" on it. That was nasty. That clip that's going around recently where she bent over with no panties on and grabbed the coochie. Looked like it smelled nasty to me. I don't know, man. Standards are going down, man. Anyways, they showed a quick little promo for Floyd Mayweather, John Gotti III, and we're just awaiting main event time, ring walk time. And I'm hopeful that John Gotti III, with a size advantage, a youth advantage, and with some actual experience behind him, that he presses Floyd. And I don't think that's going to work out good for him, but I hope he presses him so that it makes Floyd get in his bag, let his hands go, and put on a show in this exhibition. So I can have some fun watching Floyd do his thing. Because Floyd, especially when put in front of a guy like this, he can still do things that other fight, even at 45, 46 years old, he can still do things athletically and skills-wise that no one else in the sport can do. Over the last couple years since he's really retired, and I've ventured down to his gym here in Vegas, and I've got to see him spar sometimes, he'll still kind of drop my jaw sometimes with all the different things he can do. He can drop both hands at the same time and make you miss with the upper body movement, and then shoot his punches from below his hips and lightning speed still, every punch in the book, and still all this great coordination and athleticism and hand speed and counter punching ability, and you can still do all these wonderful things when you get him in the gym. I remember the old timers, some of the OGs, the old school boxing writers would tell me they never get old in the gym. They eventually get old on fight night, but the great fighters, they would tell me they would look great in the gym even when they were retired. If you get them in the gym and get them to hit the mitts, get them to hit the bag a little bit, they're always going to look sharp. Oh yeah, Prada Pierre says, looks like it smelled like Arctic char. I don't know what Arctic char is, Prada Pierre, but thank you for the super chat. Good to see you, Prada Pierre. It's been a minute since I've seen you in the chat, man, so it's good to see you. But I know we're referencing kids, close your ears, Ice Spice is coochie, and indeed, if Arctic chair is something musty or funky, then I have to agree. I have to agree. Back in my day, the kids were getting crazy off the Britney Spears and the Beyonce and all that kind of stuff. Girls that had some some beauty to him and some class. And this girl is, what do the kids call it? Mid. This girl is mid. But I digress. It's a Mayweather Gotti III exhibition. So we're having a little. Again, we're having fun, keeping it casual tonight. But Mr. B said, "Hey Sean, how can you be reached? Contact info, email address. Just hit me up on my Instagram. Send me a DM, Mr. B. I'm pretty terrible about getting back, but but no, just hit me up on Instagram for sure, Mr. B. Just ask Sean to tell. Who is Canelo ducking? What's up, 3 Pumps? Good to see you in the chat. Who is Canelo ducking next? Everyone seems to think he's not going to go ahead and take a Benavidez fight, but I don't know. I think Samson had a Morrell fight kind of lined up all along, kind of assuming that a Canelo fight wasn't really realistic, because Canelo all along, as the boss has been saying he's going to have this rematch with Bivol. All of a sudden, Bivol's team. We're still, a lot of it could just be negotiation talks, man. Like, I know everyone's starting to jump on Canelo and thinks he's going to wind up fighting Berlanga. Now that I think about it, I think we still wind up seeing Canelo versus Bivol too. And I think that's, Samson kind of unrealistically closed the window shut quickly on negotiation process with Canelo's team, and that's unrealistic being the B side when you're negotiating with the biggest star in boxing. You kind of have to negotiate on his terms more or less, and so you can't be barking orders, closing negotiation window if it's and I think Samson partly did that because he doesn't really think a fight's going to happen with Canelo this year anyways, despite the recent reports about Bivol saying we want a better BF rematch. But you see that quickly got, that fire got put out quickly by Bob Arum at Top Rank, where he said, well, we're not trying to do a better BF Bivol match. So then what's Bivol going to do? He's going to forego a career-high payday in a rematch against Canelo to fight someone not named Artur Beterbiev in the light heavyweight division. No, I think at the end of the day, Canelo's going to wind up fighting Bivol again in September. I know the reports recently are that he's going to wind up maybe, considering a fight with Berlanga, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're still headed for the Bivol rematch. Meanwhile, someone got proposed to and married in the ring. Amazing. Other boxing shows, they play pre-fight features, they play other things, but instead they just play someone getting proposed to and married in the ring. Hold on, I got another. It's a fish? Oh, okay, Prada Pierre. Thank you, brother, for clearing that up. It's a fish, yeah. Yeah, something that's about right. It's about right, but if that's what they're into. Swervo says Sean likes men, y'all. He doesn't like the ladies. I'm just good on Ice Spice. And as a married man, I'm not gonna speak on the ladies. I'm not gonna get. I'm a happily married man. My wife is gonna have a second baby on the way. So, Prime Boxing for some reason asking where is your wife, bro? She's at her mom's house. Cause I needed a little time to do this round by round today. And I got some video game history. Fire in my bones says, Sean, I'm here if we're doing mob history. Yeah, man. John Gotti III, the grandson of John Gotti Sr., head of the Gambino family. Anybody who knows a little something about mob history knows how his grandpa came to power. And then Carmine Jr. in The Sopranos is kind of loosely based off John Gotti Jr. in that he's this incompetent heir to the throne of a New York family. And that's John Gotti III's dad, John Gotti Jr., who looks just like John Gotti Sr. And then, of course, John Gotti became boss. He was from Queens originally, Ozone Park, big mafia hub. And then, lived around my neighborhood towards the end of his free life when he was outside, around Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, where his main capo regime, Sammy the Bull, Sammy Gravano ran that neighborhood. And then, they took out Paul Castellano, who was the son-in-law of Carlo Gambino, the Gambino the Gambino family, and Carlo Gambino. Of course, the family's named after him, and he had his son-in-law Paul Castellano. Paul was a businessman, I guess, not really a street guy, not a violent guy. I mean, like any mafia boss, he ordered hits or whatever. And then, as the story goes, Paul Castellano was very greedy with money. He didn't let his street guys earn too much. He taxed them heavily, and then also restricted them a little bit in the drug trade. And so a lot of the street guys kind of not happy about it, and John Gotti kind of rounded up their discontent and did something that you're not supposed to do, and that's have a boss killed. Had a boss killed. I think a lot of people in the five families didn't really respect him for that, but they had to accept his power move at the time. But he wasn't in power all that long. Within a decade of becoming the boss, he was in prison. And had that awful movie with John Travolta made about him in the last couple years. That movie was terrible. If you want a good John Gotti movie, watch the HBO original movie from the 90s called Gotti. Very good movie that depicts a lot of this stuff I'm talking about really well. So I love mafia history. On my mother's side, my family came from Sicily, Palermo, Sicily, and so definitely interested in that stuff. But anyways, looks like I don't have to babble too much about that stuff because main event time is just about here now. John Gotti III, 5'11", but still Floyd Mayweather with a 1-inch reach advantage despite being 3 inches shorter because of those freakishly long arms he was blessed with. Floyd, kind of like Terrence Crawford, blessed with the best of both worlds, where you have that short, compact frame where you could be little when you want to be little defensively, but long arms, the length of a man just about 6 feet tall, Terrence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. So when they want to be, Floyd could shell up and be compact and make himself small in there to make himself harder to hit, be a smaller target, but then he has those freakishly long arms where when he was fighting guys like De La Hoya, who were nearly 6 feet, still didn't have the reach advantage. So I think, I don't even know if Philip Endo, that may have been the one time, because when Floyd fought Diego Corrales, who was nearly a 6-foot super featherweight, Floyd still had longer arms than him. Philip Endo out of Africa may have been the one guy that Floyd had a reach disadvantage against, but I'm not even sure, that giant out of Africa, who had 30 knockouts and 31 wins, I'm not even sure he had longer arms than Floyd. Chad, someone could tell me, but let me see. Let's see. Gotti is way too slow, says Greg Smith. I'm not going to lie, I've never seen this guy fight. I'm only familiar with his grandpa and with his dad. Prada Pierre says David Morrell Jr. versus Benavidez fight in October. Good fight. Excellent fight, Prada Pierre. Thank you for the super chat again, brother. Yeah, excellent fight, but a little too soon. A little premature. Could have been left in the oven a little bit. Morrell has, 10 professional fights, and his talent is through the roof. He's so talented that even having to take this fight sooner than he should, he might come out on top anyways because of that footwork that should give Benavidez problems. Plant gave Benavidez problems with his footwork and skills and speed. Morrell maybe not as crafty and definitely not as experienced as Plant just yet, but has a physicality, a size, and a punching power in both hands that Plant didn't have. So if he can take advantage of some of the stuff Plant was able to, he might be able to take it to the next level because of the physicality he brings to the ring that Plant, couldn't equal Benavidez at in size and punching power and things like that. But that fight happens right now. Prada Pierre, I got to favor Benavidez. He's just much more in his prime at this stage in their careers than is Morrell. For Benavidez, Morrell's feet do concern me, along with all the other talent he has. But that's a fight that could be a big pay-per-view 2 or 3 years from now. I think it's being made a little too soon. I'd rather Benavidez have to fight one of these veterans who've been hanging around, like Demetrius Andrade. But, we'll see. We'll see what goes down. Jamie C says opinion on Tim Tszyu. Hey, from Australia. Well, Jamie, I got an interview with Tim Tszyu coming up soon, and And I think he'll perform well against Carlos Ocampo, who'll continue his march into the Charlo fight. And I think, he had about a 10, 15, 20% chance of beating Charlo earlier this year, about 10, 15%. He's closing in on making it much closer to a 50-50 type fight. It's not quite 50-50. Charlo's the favorite because he's more athletic and he's still taller and a little bigger. And he's a much better athlete and a great boxer puncher in his prime, but inactive, into his mid-30s now. And, I think Tim Tszyu, he's closed the gap this year, getting fights in against Tony Harrison and now Ocampo. So, but another super chat from my man Prada Pierre. Thank you, brother. Prada Pierre, at this point, you basically have helped me pay for this $20 pay-per-view. So thank you, Prada Pierre. Prada Pierre said David Morrell is more skilled, Benavidez more experienced. Yeah. Well, David Morrell has better feet than Benavidez. I'm not sure he has a better jab than David Benavidez. I'm not sure he's more accurate with his combinations yet than David Benavidez, but he's definitely more athletic with his feet than Benavidez. They both are fast, and they have two different kinds of speed. David Benavidez is at his fastest when he's throwing combinations. Single shot speed, he was slower than Caleb Plant. That's why Caleb was getting off first in the first 6 rounds. He was quicker on the draw with that single shot at long range speed. Bing. And he had quicker on the draw with his jab than Benavidez. Benavidez throws that power jab more times than not, when sometimes he should vary it up. And Plant wasn't looking to take his head off with the jab. He just get off first with it, ping. But I'm not sure overall full skill set. I know Morrell's got better feet than David Benavidez, but I'm not sure right now he's more skilled overall because Benavidez is one of the most skilled offensive fighters in boxing. Top 10 most skilled fighters offensively in boxing. Underrated defense and reflexes too. So when I went back because live, it really looked like Caleb Plant was schooling David when I was live at the MGM that night. But when I went back and rewatched some of the highlights, Benavidez' defense, he was catching a little bit better than I gave him credit for live. So I'm just not sure that Morrell is overall the more skilled fighter right now at this stage of their careers. But I give the edge to Benavidez right now. Just timing is very important in boxing, and right now the timing favors Benavidez. 2 years from now it may well be a different story because Morrell has the kind of foot speed that Benavidez lacks. So we'll see. But thank you, Prada Pierre. Damn, Prada Pierre ain't stopping. Another super chat from Prada Pierre. He says, Caleb Plant impression, James Jackson. I'm not feeling it right now. We got to get into the Caleb Plant season. We got to get a Caleb Plant announcement. My impersonations, they come and go in waves as I'm feeling usually they come like around, you'll probably, you'll get some impersonations maybe of Crawford and Spence as we get closer to that fight. Because when I'm around these guys and have to hear them for weeks and months on end, their voices and their cadence and mannerisms start to stick to me a little bit. But yeah, Prada Pierre says, I think Mendoza beats Tim Tszyu right now, to be honest. I don't. I think Tim Tszyu is a little more consistent, a little tighter and sharper than Mendoza. Mendoza's a good athlete, showed his punching power with that left hook on Fundora, showed his heart and his grit against Fundora. I like Brian Mendoza. That's a competitive fight. But I just think Tim Tszyu is a little sharper, a little bit more accurate a puncher, a little bit more consistent fighter, and better body puncher. Very good body puncher is Tim Tszyu. I would, Prada Pierre, I would have to favor Tim Tszyu to beat Brian Mendoza. I have a feeling that Mendoza is going to get a fight with Charlo. I got a feeling that Charlo doesn't doubt himself that he could, after a year-plus layoff, get in there and beat Tim Tszyu. I don't doubt that he doubts it. I think he believes he could do that. But maybe Al Heyman, maybe his trainer Derek James, maybe himself says, why risk it though? Why get in there with the top contender after such a long layoff? Maybe fight my WBC mandatory Brian Mendoza to get the ring rust off We'll vacate the WBO belt. We'll give it to Tim. I'm going to knock him out and get it back anyways. I have a feeling that's where we're headed. I have a feeling, I could be wrong. I'm not putting my money on it, but I have a feeling we're headed for Brian Mendoza as the WBC mandatory for Charlo. And Charlo's going to let go of the WBO. And Tim Tszyu will nab that up, and they will meet next year. That's what I have a feeling is what we're headed for. But here comes Floyd Mayweather now, coming out like Bill Goldberg used to, where there's a million people outside the dressing room waiting for the champ. And now here he comes walking out. Floyd's entourage remains tremendous, remains the biggest in boxing, exhibition or otherwise. My Lord. Here comes one of the top 10 pound-for-pound fighters in boxing history, the best fighter of his era, TBE, as as he calls himself, and many agree with him. And here comes Floyd with some Filipino colors, almost in tribute to the Pacquiao fight, white, blue, and red, almost in the style of the Filipino flag. His robe tonight. Floyd, not competing, in real prize fights anymore. Certainly not fighting the best welterweights and junior middleweights in the world these days. But he still likes beating people up. That's just something I think he gets personal enjoyment out of. It's not just the money. I think he likes beating people up because he got, when I would see him spar in his prime, and even now as an older man, middle-aged man, and he's holding his grandchild. Just as I say that, got his daughter Yaya right behind him. Just that massive money team entourage. I know a lot of people in that group right there haven't been to Floyd's gym, but yeah, Floyd could be a little sadistic when he would spar, bust guys up, make them bleed, have blood all over his shirt, smile about it, call him a little bitch, hit them repeatedly, and talk to them repeatedly. So I know he gets real enjoyment. Not just out of the craft of boxing and training and cashing a big check, but he likes putting hands on people. So if John Gotti brings the fight to him, I think Floyd will happily oblige. As here comes John Gotti III to the ring now, I believe. Here we go. I think it's a Japanese fan in the chat said Floyd's ideal weight class is lightweight. I actually felt like Floyd's best weight was the weight he spent one of the shortest amount of times at, and that was 140. He's fighting John Gotti III tonight. I think the best Floyd we ever saw enter a boxing ring. June 25th, 2005, Atlantic City Boardwalk Hall against Arturo Gotti, rest in peace. That was the best Floyd. I think 140 pounds was a sweet spot for him in his prime, where he bulked up enough weight to where he had that physical strength, but he wasn't fighting men like at 47 and 54 who were just naturally bigger than him. Sometimes, much naturally bigger than him. I think Floyd was really fighting guys his own size and was healthy at the weight, could still had good pop, all that. I think 140 was Floyd's peak. So I think most Floyd fans would agree with that. I think most people that are Floyd Mayweather enthusiasts would agree that his best performances were early Floyd Mayweather was Diego Chico Corrales. Peak Floyd Mayweather was his performance against Arturo Gotti. And then old money Mayweather, his best performance was against Canelo. I feel pretty confident in saying those are kind of if you were to break up Floyd's career into three separate parts, young Pretty Boy Floyd, peak, Pretty Boy Floyd transitioning into Money May, the pay-per-view startup era, that would be the Gotti fight, and then the late chapters in his career, the best performance he had was definitely Canelo. I think the Canelo performance was definitely better than the two Maidana fights, the Guerrero fight, the Pacquiao fight. That was he didn't look at all like an older man or anything like that. He looked great that night. And John Gotti is making his way to the ring now. Big, strong guy at 30 years old, and carrying in that Guinea machismo into the ring. And he's in the ring now. Got some Hector Camacho type trunks on, the kind of skirt trunks. And there he is, John Gotti III, grandson of John Gotti, along with Al Capone and Lucky Luciano and all those guys, one of the most famous organized crime figures of the 20th century. And his grandson is fighting Mayweather Gotti. I never thought I'd be calling Mayweather Gotti. I thought that ship sailed when I was 13 years old in 2005. But here I am, folks. We're doing it live. Almost 1,000 people in the chat. Mayweather versus Gotti. I got a super chat to get to real quick. Thank you, Kobe, for the super chat. Good to see you, Kobe, in the chat, brother. Are people sleeping on a draw being the outcome for Spence and Bud to make sure we get a sequel? Do you think Spence's size can be the deciding factor? It could be. It could be the deciding factor if Errol Spence is, because Crawford, he fancies that, and here comes Floyd Mayweather to the ring with the yellow Grant gloves, carrying his grandson. I think his grandson's name is KJ. I still got you, Kobe, on the super chat. But here comes Floyd Mayweather to the ring now with his little baby grandson in his right arm. And that's the grandson, KJ, who, if you go on Instagram, this kid already got some skills when he hits the heavy bag, because he actually brings his hands up and moves his head side to side before he throws punches through the center. Very impressive. I try to teach my little boy at 3 years old, going on 4, to move his head and keep his hands up and throw some combinations. And, you know, nature versus nurture. That grandson of his got the nature in him, got the right genetics and the DNA for it. Because almost instinctually, I don't even think this kid is 2 years old, and he's moving his head like... And I think I commented on Instagram when I saw that. I said, holy shit, this kid really is a Mayweather. He's already thinking defense first before he lets his punches go. So here comes Floyd to the ring with his grandson, got his daughter, Ayana Yaya Mayweather. She looks real happy. I think this is a happy moment for his daughter, seeing her son in the bright lights with her daddy and all that. It's a nice moment for Floyd, who's a little bit of an underrated family man in that, you know, a lot of professional athletes, when they have kids and they got a couple, you know, Floyd had two different mothers with 4 kids. That's not that bad. I mean, you know, and he fought for custody for his kids. When I think a lot of professional athletes would be like, you know what, I'm good. I'll see my kids when I see them. I'll love them when I love them. Obviously, I have the money to support them. And I'm living a fast life, a busy life, being a professional athlete right now, and I'll see him when I see him. But that wasn't Floyd as a dad, and that's not Floyd as a grandpa now. He's carrying his grandson to the ring, so that's cool. But back to Kobe's super chat before we get started for round 1. Talking about, could Errol Spence's size be the deciding factor? It can be. It can be because Crawford... my boy Sean Porter, of course, said he wouldn't advise Terrence, because he said Terrence can do so many different things. He could keep it long on the outside. He's the best counter puncher. He could do this. He could do that. He could wear shots, meaning he could stay in the pocket, catch and shoot and punch. He said, I wouldn't advise him to do that because how good Errol is in that pocket and how heavy-handed he is, how much thump he has on his punches. And Crawford... he always prides himself on his wiry strength, that he's stronger than he looks and that he punches harder than he looks. You know, after he knocked out Kell Brook, he flexed to Andre Ward on ESPN and said, they don't know how strong I am, Dre. He's always priding himself on that wiry, deceptive strength he has. But the tape, and that's why it's deceptive strength, is different inside the ring than when we're watching the tape. But the tape, the eye test tells you, Spence is the bigger welterweight and the stronger man. So it could be the deciding factor if Crawford at some point is banking on, okay, when I get comfortable, I'm going to stand in front of him. I'm going to stand in front of him, catch and shoot, and start countering the fuck out of him and stand in front of him, mano a mano. And if he stands in front of him and he feels the kind of punching power and the kind of accuracy, meaning Spence's constant body work is getting underneath the elbow consistently, and it's making Crawford's body uncomfortable, and it's starting to make him... because Crawford, his gift is his creativity, his mind, his vision to see the openings in the exchanges and be the best counterpuncher in boxing. But if Spence's body shots are getting under that elbow and they're making the nervous system think twice and have thoughts of pain and all that stuff, then yeah, Spence's physical strength could be the difference. So, I got another super chat to get to too. Scott G, my paisano, said, I know it's a fight for entertainment, but I'm going for the Italian paisan. Shout out for fellow Italians. Scott G, I guess I admire your passion for all us guineas out here, but I'm only half Italian, so maybe it's a little easier for me to keep it objective. But Scott G, we tend to lose these ones, to be honest with you. I love Jake LaMotta, right? He lost 5 out of 6. Carmen Basilio went 1-1 with Ray Robinson. Vinny Paz got destroyed against Roy Jones. Arturo got destroyed against Floyd Mayweather. Rocky Marciano beat Joe Louis, but like they said in Coming to America, he was 137 years old. So Scott G, I'm sure John Gotti III appreciates your support, but historically speaking, we tend not to do too good here. But we'll see what happens. John Gotti III getting his shirt taken off, and we're almost ready for main event time. Paulie versus AB. You're right, James Jackson. Paulie Malignaggi versus AB. We lost that one too. But like I said, that tends to happen. We give it a good go, mate, as the Brits would say. All right, Floyd Mayweather bouncing up and down, and yeah. Okay. So that does look like the Filipino flag on Floyd's trunks, and I'm pretty sure that's in commemoration to his assistant Kichi, who was Filipino American. Kichi, nice woman who was very nice to me. I remember Kichi was right next to me when I saw Floyd spar Matteo Papa, Italian fighter. Funny, right? We're talking about the Italian stuff. Floyd was, beating the hell out of this kid Matteo Papa from Italy, explaining to Gervonta Davis what he wanted to see from him in the Leo Santa Cruz camp. See Tank do this. See Tank do that. Do this. And as he's literally doing it, throwing a double jab, landing both, he's beating the shit out of this Matteo Papa kid who's like a 7-0 Italian fighter, and he's telling Tank, do this, do that, do this, do that. And it's this amazing display from Floyd. And Kichi was sitting right next to me when I was watching that back in the pandemic of 2020. So rest in peace to Kichi. I'm fairly certain that's why Floyd's got the Filipino colors on tonight. Both fighters touch gloves, and we're ready for round number 1 about to start. Here we go. That's what it said on the back of his jacket, Irvin Green. All right. Here we go. Hagler beat Antuofermo. You're right, Rev 911. He did. It's another one. Sugar Ray Leonard knocked out Pete Razmani. That's another one. So a rivalry renewed tonight. Mayweather versus Gotti III. His jacket said Kichi Irvin. Yeah, okay. I thought that's what you were talking about. Yeah, rest in peace to Kichi, man. Was nice to me in the couple of encounters I had with her for sure. All right, here we go. Money May. Here we go. Yeah, hit the like button. Looks like a fight might be breaking out ringside. Nah, no way. Not between John Gotti and Floyd Mayweather's entourage. What's the chances that could happen? Loud Italian dudes from Brooklyn and Floyd Mayweather's entourage? No way. I'm so shocked. When are we going to get this fight started? Black Ray Donovan says, make sure you thank Al Heyman. Thank you, Al Heyman. Just because Black Ray Donovan told me I better do it, I did it. Just to be safe. If I had to venture to guess, and I can say this because I'm one of them, some guinea got loud. Shit popped off. Yep, they're still separating people ringside, making sure no fights happen. We got the green sour Skittles. Sean, did you watch Roy Jones versus Tarver 2 live? I actually did. Okay, I didn't catch it live, but I saw everyone coming out the bar. I was in Laughlin, Nevada, a little town near Vegas, and everyone came out the bar. I was 13 at the time. Absolutely tripping that Roy Jones had got knocked out by Tarver, and then I caught the fight on HBO the next week. So here we go. Man, they are still trying to break up a fight ringside, and it probably... See now, some of Floyd's bodyguards are probably a little conflicted here. A couple of the Guido bodyguards are like, I don't know what to do here. Just gotta pick a side, buddy. You gotta stick with Floyd. Stick with the man that pays you. All right, Floyd is calm. No abs tonight from Floyd. The abs have disappeared from Floyd Mayweather in these exhibitions. Just to make it official that it's not It's not Floyd in real prize fighting shape, you know. And they continue to separate something. Who is on the verge of getting beat up ringside? I keep waiting for a Jersey Shore-like haircut to pop up, and it's not happening. Maybe I assumed some wrong things here. We'll see. Mozzarella. Gabagool, James Jackson. Best Sopranos season? Probably the last one. Probably the last one. Season 2 was pretty good too. Sopranos, greatest show ever. Alright, we're still waiting. Kenny Bayless, the man doesn't miss a Mayweather fight. He is our referee tonight. And Mayweather Security gives a thumbs up as if to say we're good, we can have a fight. Fire in my bones says shout out to Al Heyman. Why not? Shout out to Al Heyman. I actually wrote a couple articles for the PBC website. Shout out to my man Kenny Buhari. Love you, bro. And I get to say I had a couple of Al Heyman checks. So, all right, here we go. Round 1 of 8. 2-minute rounds. Floyd Mayweather starting with the jab. Feinting. Leave both hands low, below his waist. Jabs to the body of John Gotti III. John Gotti, hands up, held high. Taking little half steps back. Now Floyd with a little jumping left hook. Sweeping with a right hand to the body. Does that combination twice. Now a jab and a sweeping right hand to the body. Jabs, trying to split the guard of John Gotti. Lead left hook lands for Floyd Mayweather. Setting it up off the jab. Floyd letting his hands go a lot. Double jab and a chopping right hand over the top. Another double jab and a chopping right hand over the top. John Gotti not letting his hands go, just covering up. Floyd gets him on the ropes and hitting him with combinations to the body and trying to split the high guard up top. John Gotti just defending himself, and he finally lets go of a punch. They trade jabs, and Floyd gets through the center. Much better jab by Mayweather. Mayweather bats down a jab to the body easily, calmly coming forward with both hands below his waist, not concerned at all about John Gotti's skills. Floyd taunts, backs his gloves together. Now he picks him up. Now he looks back at the crowd both ways. Picks his gloves up a little bit now. Has a high guard. Catches the straight right hand to the body from John Gotti. Gotti double jab. Tries to jab to Floyd's body. Floyd doing shoulder shimmies and smiling at the crowd. Lets go of his jab. Falls short with it. Now Floyd coming forward. Jabs to the body. Dips a half step back with good athleticism still. Oh, lead left hook. Floyd with the no-look left hook. Floyd with the no-look left hook to the body. Floyd is literally not looking at John Gotti and hitting him with combinations. He's looking at other people in the crowd and doing it. Jab to the body and a right hand over the top. John Gotti is pinned on the ropes. And now Gotti gets off the ropes. And Floyd does a little feint, does a little shoulder shimmy, goes back, circles to his right, circles to his left with his hands loosey-goose below his waist. Easy first round for Floyd Mayweather. A little bit of reddening on the top of the forehead of John Gotti III. Much bigger man, but could hardly let go of his punches. In round 1, that was all Floyd Mayweather. 10-9, Floyd Mayweather. So, Scott G said, Gotti's got power and he's got youth on his side. My paisano brother, let it go. Let it go. It's not going to happen. This man, it's not going to happen, brother. I understand rooting for things that you want to see happen, but what you got to do sometimes when inevitably what you want to see happen isn't going to happen is just enjoy what's actually taking place. So just enjoy what Floyd's about to do, man, because it's not going to get any better for John Gotti III. If it does, I'll say so right here on the stream. I'll start calling his shots, but I don't think so. If anything, he might have pissed Floyd off a little bit at the face-off. Floyd's been getting a little spiteful in these exhibitions, man. All right, Floyd bats down his glove to start round 2. Here we go. Floyd backing away, picks his gloves up, fights out of so many different stances. Sometimes the lead hand low, sometimes both hands low, sometimes both hands up. Floyd talking to John Gotti, talking trash to him with the high guard. Floyd circles out to his left and keeps talking to the audience, circles all the way to the corner, corners himself and keeps having conversations with people in the audience. Now Floyd going over to his left. John Gotti gets Floyd on the ropes, but he misses a right hand, and Floyd shakes his head no, as if to say, no chance. John Gotti getting Floyd to the ropes. Floyd drops both hands below his waist. Now he picks them both back up, bats down the jab to the body from Gotti. Floyd's still so rangy, even at 45, 46 years old. Now Floyd picks both gloves up. John Gotti trying to lead left hook, and he touches Mayweather with that lead left hook a little bit there. Floyd closes the gap, lands a left hook to the body, lands a little right hand to the body, and they're clinching. Floyd with the free right hand to the body twice. John Gotti with a little right hand up top. Floyd's hitting him with a left hook right when John started looking at Kenny Bayless. Floyd hitting him with a left hook in that clinch. Floyd blocking the jab with the high guard. Shoots a left uppercut but misses through the center. Jab and sweeping right hand lands for Floyd as John Gotti backs away. Gotti on the ropes now. Gotti on the ropes. Floyd keeping him pinned there. Shoots a straight right hand to Floyd's body. Floyd with a jab and a sweeping right hand, both to the body. Another sweeping right hand to the body for Floyd, keeping John Gotti III on the ropes. Jabs to him up top. Jab right hand up top. John Gotti keeping his hands up well, not eating those punches clean. Floyd backs away with his hands on below his waist, looks out at the crowd, and makes John Gotti miss and hit air with his double jab, swinging right hand, sweeping right hand to the body. Falls well short in the center of the ring. Now Floyd backing John Gotti back on the ropes. Jab to the body, sweeping right hand up top. Trying to kind of chop down with that right hand. Throw it like an overhand. John Gotti just keeping his hands up. Very basic high guard. But to his credit, you know, that high guard is keeping his face from getting marked up. No swelling, no bleeding yet, really, from John Gotti III. Just using that high guard to not let nothing too devastating land so far. Fighting very, you know, timid and defensive-minded. You know, 2 rounds is it for Floyd. 2-minute rounds. Yep, John Gotti got a little sleepy in the clinch, started looking at Kenny Bayless, and Floyd gypped him with a little left hook on the inside there, knocked the sweat off his head. That's what they're showing on the slow-mo replay. Kenny Bayless loves him some Floyd, man. Took his ass all the way out to Miami to referee this. James Jackson says, shout out to Arturo Gotti for coming out to the Sopranos theme song against De La Hoya. Yeah, that was cool. Fought like a warrior in that fight, too. He was more in his prime when he fought De La Hoya than when he fought Mayweather. Mayweather starting with a taunting high guard and backing straight away in the high guard, smiling behind it. I think he's making fun of John Gotti, who's only fighting out of the high guard, not looking to do anything. I think that's Floyd kind of teasing him that, hey, this is what you're doing. Floyd closes the gap out of the high guard, right uppercut, sweeping right hand to the body. Ooh, right uppercut to the body for Floyd inside. Right uppercut sets up a left hook up top for Floyd on the inside. John Gotti just with the high guard. Now Floyd with a double jab through the center of his guard. Floyd fighting out of that high guard here in round 3. And he got some good shots in on the inside. I'd like to see him just stay in that phone booth and get busy. That'd be fun to watch. But he backs out of range, back in the center of the ring, lands his jab at long range in the center of the ring, dips his head off the line to get away from the jab. John Gotti trying to put that forearm on Floyd in the clinch. Kenny Bayless separates him halfway through the third. John Gotti gets his lead left hook blocked, and then Floyd dips underneath the second left hook. John Gotti trying to finish with a little right hand to the body in the center of the ring. Floyd trying to cut the ring off now, gets John Gotti on the ropes. Floyd landing that jab, but that sweeping right hand he keeps trying to land behind the jab is mostly getting blocked by John Gotti, keeping his high guard up. Nice sweeping right hand to the body by Floyd off a little touch left hook. Now a left hook to the body by Floyd. Right uppercut through the center lands for Floyd. Double jab sets up a chopping right hand in the center of the ring. John Gotti clinches and eats a right hand to the body in the clinch. And with John Gotti just fighting out of that high clinch, that high guard, that's where Floyd's landing his best shots in the third is to the body. Floyd out of the clinch in the high guard, steps to John Gotti. John Gotti pawn with his jabs, tries to shoot a hard left hook, and Floyd taunts him as if to say, I block it like this, I block it like that, block it 2 or 3, 4 or 5 different ways. I can make you miss so many different ways. And that ends it for round number 3. Floyd shaking his head and sticking his tongue out at John Gotti III. And, you know, those macho Italians, it's easy to give them, to irritate them with little tactics like that. So Floyd teasing them. 3 rounds is it. Has Gotti landed a punch yet? He may have touched Floyd to the body with a right hand once or twice. May have touched Floyd with a left hook in round 2 a little bit, but not really. Nothing significant. And he's fighting very defense first, just keeping his earmuffs on. Floyd is splitting the guard with a number of shots and then landed some hard body shots in the 3rd round. You know, so 30-27. This has got to be the most exciting round by round we've ever done. Bro, is that a game cast behind you? well, bro, there's GameCube and then there's Dreamcast, and it's like, man, I got Gamecast. No, yeah, that is the Sega Dreamcast, the beloved, the all-time great, the TBE of video games, Sega Dreamcast behind me. Here we go in round 4. Floyd Mayweather in that high guard, fighting a lot more in the high guard. Oh, so there's that pull right hand from Floyd, timed the jab of John Gotti and came over the top with the straight right hand like he used to do in his prime. This time he did it out of the high guard. Floyd in the high guard in the center of the ring like a track star on the mark, waiting. He kind of looks like a track star on the mark when he's daring you to throw that jab, baiting that jab for the straight right hand over the top. He gets on the heels of his feet, or on the balls of his feet. Floyd with John Gotti along the ropes lands a hard sweeping right hand to the body and then a right uppercut, splits the guard a little bit. Now Floyd with a right uppercut gets it blocked, but that sets up the left hook up top to split the guard a little bit. Chopping right hand to the body, jab to the body, and another sweeping right hand to the body. John Gotti staying on the ropes, just keeping his hands up. Just fighting defense first and starting to swell a little bit around the head. Floyd with a lead left hook and a chopping right hand behind it. Gotti just keeping the hands up, but they're partially getting through. John Gotti with a straight right hand grazed Floyd a little bit. Floyd with the reflex to pull off of it. Now 2 body shots for John Gotti when Floyd lays on the ropes, and that makes Floyd start talking trash in the center of the ring. Floyd keep talking trash, picks his gloves up. Hard straight jab lands for Floyd, and he smiles at John Gotti after knocking his head. Another jab lands for Floyd. Floyd throwing that jab as if to say, I could land that whenever I want to. Floyd missing short with the jab against the taller Gotti, and then the straight right hand misses for Floyd, falls short. John Gotti trying to sneak in a little uppercut after Floyd fell short with that straight right hand. Floyd keeps talking trash to John Gotti nonstop. Touch jab, left hook gets blocked by John Gotti. Floyd with him along the ropes, double jab, sets up a right hand over the top, and John Gotti complains that it was to the back of the head, and while he's complaining, Floyd nails him with a straight right hand. Flashes of the Arturo Gotti fight. And that's it for round 4. Not the first time a Gotti has had to eat a straight right hand while complaining to the ref. Shades of Atlantic City there. 4 rounds to zip for Floyd Mayweather, talking a lot of shit to John Gotti III. Floyd apparently not worried about that out of the ring drama for disrespecting the former mob boss's grandson. So, Floyd's almost starting to beat his ass a little personally, like fuck Italians on that right hand. I don't even like Rigatoni Gorgonzola. And The Godfather's an overrated movie. And Versace's some tacky bullshit. I don't even buy that anymore. He says it's starting to feel a little personal, some of these punches. I don't know if my paisans are starting to feel a little offended here. Yep, right as he's complaining about the punch to the back of the head, he's looking at Kenny Bayless. He eats the straight right hand, and here we go now to start round 5. Here we go. John Gotti trying to press Floyd Mayweather to start round 5 in the high guard. Shoots a straight right hand, gets it caught on the glove of Floyd, that left glove. Floyd backing away in the high guard, inviting Arturo Gotti, I almost said John Gotti in. John Gotti, straight right hand gets blocked, jab to the body, falls short. Floyd along the ropes now, out of the high guard. Now he dips down real low, bends his waist real low, and makes him miss with a 1-2 with that upper body movement, and then clinches him right after. Bayless separates them. Floyd back in the high guard, catching the jab, catching the straight right hand, tries to counter back with his own jab. Now he shoots his jab through the center, starts to hold his ground, lands that jab twice. Beautiful 2 jabs by Floyd Mayweather there. Now Floyd shooting a jab and a straight right hand. Floyd shooting the up jab right now. Shoots a right uppercut off that jab. Shoots a chopping right hand off that jab, but John Gotti blocking him. Now John Gotti lands a jab off the ropes. He blocks Floyd's combinations, but Floyd lands a left hook in the middle of that combination, and John Gotti clinches him into the center of the ring. Bayless trying to break them up. Floyd not letting go of that arm. Being rough with Gotti in the clinch. Now John Gotti starts talking shit to Floyd Mayweather too. And Floyd's talking shit to him. They're talking back and forth. John Gotti talking a lot to Floyd Mayweather, keeping his hands up high, back on the ropes, tries a straight right hand, falls short, tries a left hook, falls short. Now Floyd on the ropes, backs off of him, back into the center of the ring, catches the jab, catches the straight right hand on his elbow to the body from John Gotti. John Gotti with a double jab. Floyd backs away in the center of the ring, makes him fall short twice. Now John Gotti taunts, drops both of his hands. falls short with a straight right hand, gets his jab blocked. And Floyd looking a little fatigued by his standards here in the 5th round of this exhibition, breathing a little heavy by his standards, and they keep talking and talking and talking and doing more talking than fighting in round 5. That'll do it for round 5. I think, hold on, let's listen in. And what John Gotti's corner is saying is, no, he's not losing, he's getting mad. John Gotti III is trying to pull a Rocky III when Stallone went back to the corner. He's trying to tell, I think he's telling him like Sly told Mr. T, ain't so bad, hit me harder. You knock me out, hit me harder. All that. I think, you know, I got the fight on mute, but I think that's what John Gotti's saying word for word. I think he's reciting what Balboa was saying to Clubber Lang in the rematch. There we go. We'll see. We'll see if that's what happens here in round 6. We'll see. Here we go. They're showing the replay. All right, here we go to start round 6 now. Rivalry renewed. Gotti III, Mayweather to be added to the pantheon of great Italian-American versus Black American fighters. We had LaMotta versus Robinson, Basilio versus Robinson, Jones, Pazienza, and now, tonight, rivalry renewed. Floyd Mayweather with a 5-0 advantage, but let's see if John Gotti can pull something off epic here in the last 3 rounds. Floyd with a nice jab to the body. I'm being funny here, but Floyd, nice jab to the body by Floyd, dropping both hands in the center of the ring. Now that up jab lands up top, gets rough with Gotti in the clinch. Beautiful jabs to the pit of the stomach there by Floyd with both hands down in the center of the ring. Gotti trying to run a combination up top, and it does punctuate with a hard right hook to the body. Floyd with a little right uppercut in the clinch after John Gotti tied him up after letting his hands go. Both guys getting rough in the clinch with Floyd along the ropes here. And Kenny Bayless is calling for a timeout here. Or Kenny Bayless is calling this fight off. And John Gotti is trying to street fight Floyd, and Floyd counters him with a left hook, and now Team Mayweather is getting in the ring with John Gotti, and Bayless stopped this fight for some reason, and now all of the money team is in the ring and trying to beat the hell out of John Gotti, but John Gotti's security has at least got him contained in a corner, and Team Gotti is outnumbered about 20-5 here, but John Gotti III is safe in the corner. Nobody is getting to him somehow, but there are a million of Floyd's security in hand. This fight has been stopped. Apparently, Kenny Bayless has disqualified John Gotti III, kind of protecting Floyd. I mean, Floyd was winning every round, but John Gotti III wasn't doing it. Both fighters were talking a lot of shit, were being rough in the clinch, and John Gotti all of a sudden tried to start street fighting Floyd, and Floyd tried to check him with a left hook, and then all hell broke loose, kind of like the Mayweather-Judah brawl, but nobody winds up getting hurt. Some guys with the money team want to get out John Gotti, but they're getting John Gotti the hell out of the ring. He's out of the ring now. Floyd's up on the top corner, and we wound up having a little excitement. We wound up having a little fun here. Good Lord. Shades of Mayweather-Judah. Well, John Gotti, so you got one big mouth old man in John Gotti's corner who can't help himself because he feels safe and security's got everyone separated. Now he wants to talk tough to the money team. Not a good idea, as outnumbered and as outsized as they are. They're pretty lucky that John Gotti got up out of that ring without any hairs being touched on his head. Maybe being the grandson of a former mob boss helped keep him safe tonight. But some guys in Floyd's team still want to get at Team Gotti, and they're trying to put their fingers on Gotti's trainer, who was starting to talk crazy. Floyd Mayweather is out of the ring now himself, trying to make his way. Well, it's chaos going on in the boxing ring right now. Okay, now a brawl has gone down, and Team Gotti and Team Mayweather is putting hands on a guy from Team Gotti now, and security's trying to break it up, but Team Mayweather is in there fighting a little bit with Team Gotti. Well, it's a lot of shoving, no punches. A couple punches were thrown a little while ago, but it doesn't look like anyone got assaulted or anyone got beat up in there. One bald guy from Team Gotti is now trying to say, okay, but he was the same guy talking crazy once he felt security had everything calmed down. looked like he started talking to all the big Mayweather guys, and feeling like, okay, it's dying down. Now I can talk my shit, and that just riled Team Mayweather up even more. I think he may have got hit with a shot or two here or there, but now everything's getting dispersed. Everything's getting broken up because, you know, you don't know what ties the Gotti family still have. Oh no, and now a fight is spilling out to the outside of the ring. Mayweather's team is trying to beat people up outside of the ring. They're going after people outside of the ring. And it's a chaos. It's a chaos in the crowd out in Miami, man. It's all bad. It's all bad. But Floyd Mayweather is out of the ring, and John Gotti III is out of the ring. You could feel it getting a little too testy. Floyd was talking a little too much. And Floyd was, beating that ass, winning every round. But he talking, this wasn't Deji. This isn't Deji. This isn't one of his old sparring partners like he sparred in a heliopad in Dubai. This is a Guinea who's the grandson of a former mob. Actually, his dad was an acting boss of the Gambino family for a little bit. So these are proud people that if you keep talking to them, even if they can't whoop you, they're gonna pop off, and shit popped off eventually, and it's two sides that don't like to back down. So all hell just broke loose in Miami. Nothing will come of this in all likelihood. But Kenny Bayless disqualifying John Gotti III for no real reason. I don't know if he disqualified him or if he was just saying this fight's getting out of hand. It's getting too testy in here. Something's gonna happen. But if Bayless would have just let boys be boys, I think they would have went through 8 rounds and would have sang Kumbaya at the end. Kenny Bayless stopping this fight right when it was getting real testy, kind of jumped things off. I know Kenny was trying to do the opposite. He sensed that things were headed in this direction, so he called the fight off. But I feel like he actually inflamed it by doing that. Anyway, should we really be surprised that John Gotti's grandson and the money team got into it? I missed the super chat somewhere. I'm so sorry. What was the super chat? I'm so sorry, chat. What was this man's super chat? I think it was would Layla Ali fight Clarissa Shields? Layla Ali's long retired, and she would have never beaten Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields so much better hand speed and coordination than Layla Ali. I mean, Layla Ali was a hell of a fighter in women's boxing in her time, but not nearly as accomplished, not nearly the combination puncher that Clarissa Shields is. So thank you for the super chat. But so they boys. Floyd's like 45. Yeah, I know. And John Gotti III's 30 years old. They're grown men, but it's a figure of speech, brother. Let the boys be boys. Well, that was kind of fun. That was kind of fun, chat. I don't know what the hell is left. People are in the boxing ring taking pictures, and I'll put the audio on. So what the hell am I seeing? There's people doing like WWF poses in the ring, and security's telling them to leave. Barney, good to see you in the chat, brother. It says FightHype, voice of boxing beats for Fox News, BBC, for world current news events. Thanks, Sean. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Well, that was fun. That was fun, chat. Someone said, Sean, don't they have to make an official Roberto Marx said, Sean, don't they have to make an official announcement? No, I think they just wanted to they're not worried about that now. They're worried about someone getting killed, knowing these two camps. But I hope this is it's totally not gonna come off, but I hope this is a message to Floyd and the people that care about him a little bit, that this shit is getting out of hand and ridiculous. Like, yeah, something like this happening. Maybe it's God telling Floyd, how much more are you going to milk the game, bro? You know what I mean? Before some asshole lands a lucky shot on you at some point, and all your haters finally get the moment they've been waiting for, or you're fighting a mobster's grandson and gunshot. You know what I mean? Like, how much more do you got to milk the game, bro, before something really stupid or bad happens? I don't know. This isn't the last we've seen of Floyd Mayweather, though. He's not going to stop doing this. But, yeah, it's his life. I've always enjoyed him fighting, so I'll keep watching if he's going to keep doing it. I don't think he should. I haven't wanted him to fight since he retired against Berto, but that's just me. Who won? If you were scoring it, I had it 5-0 for Floyd Mayweather until Kenny Bayless decided he had seen enough. But tell Bill Gates to stop milking the game. Bill Gates is a piece of fucking shit. Bill Gates is a piece of fucking shit. I would love to tell him to stop milking the game. Actually, you know what I'd like to see happen to Bill Gates? Hold on, chat. This is what I'd like to see happen to Bill Gates. Wait. Just to let you know, it's nothing against Floyd. Here, chat. While we're on the topic, what am I doing here? Hold up, chat. Okay, chat. Someone said, tell Bill Gates to stop milking the game. This is what I want to tell Bill Gates.
Fucking Windows 98. Get Bill Gates in here. You told us Windows 98 would be faster and more efficient with better access to the internet.
It is faster, over 5 million.
Here we go. Let's do that. Let's make that happen. Anyway. No. Someone said, aren't you milking the game by... Absolutely. Absolutely. And I welcome the criticism that comes along with it. This is me totally milking the game. Kind of shameless. But we had fun. We at least had fun. And at least we got to talk about other boxing, like Spence Crawford. And that's about it, actually. We mostly spent an hour and a half talking bullshit about the Mafia and Floyd having an exhibition. But that's not the point. It's not the point. It's not the point. It's not the point. I'm a human being, okay? And like most human beings, when I do it, okay, it's different. But when someone else does it, then I'm gonna point the finger and I'm a human being. It's what we do. But yeah, chat. Yeah, chat. This was great TV. I love it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. In other words, tell other reach people to stop. I understand the point the man was trying to make. Why pick on Floyd like he's the ills of society when there's people making way more fucking money than him doing stuff way worse? I agree. That's why I was like, do that to Bill Gates. I don't want that to happen to Floyd Mayweather. I just don't want him to get hurt, and I don't want some dumb shit to happen. I don't particularly care if he does keep doing it. I'm just saying if I lean more on the side that don't do it, but if you're gonna do it, I'll try to make money off of it too, because yeah, but I say it out of love for Floyd. I'm not hating on him. I don't want something. You've come this far to not give people the satisfaction of seeing you get hurt. All that's left to do in the boxing ring, you've done everything but get hurt. That's all that's left to do. And you don't want to, I just don't want him to tempt fate so many times. It comes from a good place, actually. Prada Pierre, thank you for the super chat. Prada Pierre said Kenny Bayless was doing too much, to be honest. Yeah, he was. He didn't have to stop that fight. I think that inflamed everything in the moment because it made Gotti get real brave. Gotti threw almost as many punches once Bayless stopped it that he did in the 5 rounds before that, and so everything went crazy. My man, the head honcho, BT, he, our head guy at FightHype, he's there tonight. He's in Miami. So he'll have some videos for us, I'm sure, coming up. As a matter of fact, let me check and see if there's anything up on the site yet, but let me see here. Nah, of course not just yet, but pretty soon. I'm pretty sure we'll have some video up from Miami because we got people in Miami down there. Raphael 32 said, "What's wrong with Bill Gates?" It's a long story. Basically, I agree with most of the stuff conspiracy theorists say about him. To put it simply, Raphael 32. We'll expand on it better later on, but if nothing else, he totally dropped the ball with Halo. Come on, Bill Gates, get your priorities straight. Instead of trying to make sure everybody gets a vaccine and all this bullshit that you're unelected for, instead of trying to take away people's free will and telling them you're not going to be able to eat this food anymore, you're not going to be able to emit this O2 stuff. I'm going to fly on my private plane and eat fucking burgers, but you guys got to stop eating all that stuff. I'm going to buy up a lot more farmland. And actually, he should have went to prison in the late 90s for antitrust laws. There was this big lawsuit in Seattle in 96 to 98. He got a slap on the wrist when other people would have went to prison, and that allowed him to monopolize the game, eventually buy out Steve Jobs. But his biggest flaw is the worst thing he's done beyond all that. And beyond the Jeffrey Epstein connection and all that, the man dropped the ball with Halo. He went from being in Times Square when Halo 3 came out to now Halo sucks. And for that, he's a piece of fucking shit, Raphael 32. I love you, Raphael 32, and all my people in the chat, but fuck him for that, if nothing else. Prada Pierre, thank you for the super chat. Said tonight it looked like Bo vs. Galata and Floyd vs. Zab. It did look like Floyd vs. Zab, except nobody got beat up, really. I mean, no one really got beat up. Whereas Floyd vs. Zab, Roger Mayweather punched somebody, then he got choked out, then Leonard Ellerbe had to whoop someone to get them off of Roger, and all kinds of fights really actually happened. I was at that fight, way up in the bleachers, April 8th, 2006, Thomas and Mack Center. I was there. I was rooting for Zab, Brooklyn. I was rooting for Zab. He got off to a good first 4 rounds, stunned Floyd with a straight left hand in the 4th round, and then Floyd just took over. But Prada Pierre with the super chat said tonight was like the Source Awards. Yeah, it was like the Source Awards 1995. Let's look that up. It was like Source Awards 95. But yeah, shade. Yeah, it was definitely that kind of vibe. But let me see here. Floyd exterminated Gotti, so easy. He is the GOAT. Exterminate. We're gonna exterminate you. Who knows the reference? Who knows the reference? Boston's. What's up, Boston's? What's good, brother? Brian Lee said nice haircut. I don't know if you actually mean it, but if you do, thank you. If you don't, I get it. Give it time. Let it grow a little longer. Undisputed time, Fernando. Is it undisputed time? Gotti exterminated. We were gonna exterminate you. He goes, I'm a little disappointed, chat, that I didn't get more questions about the Mafia. I was hoping last night at the T.O. Taylor fight, our big side rant, our big random rant was on Tupac and why he's the greatest. I was hoping you guys would get me going about the mob more. At least we got on Bill Gates a little bit. Where's my man Scott G? Scott G, you still around, brother? Are you holding up? I hope you're not disappointed, bro. Scott G is probably saying that John Gotti III got robbed. Prada Pierre, thank you for the super chat, brother, saying, I picked Zab over Floyd in that fight. Prada Pierre, you paid for the pay-per-view tonight. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I didn't pick Zab over Floyd. Okay, yes, I did. But I just did it out of emotion. No logic, no nothing. Bert Sugar, I remember, picked Zab over Floyd. That's because Bert Sugar was from Brooklyn, too. I think even Teddy Atlas picked Zab Judah over Floyd, all because we're from New York. But, let's see. Oh, you know what? Hold on. This almost went down. No. No. For John Gotti III, we have a better song for John Gotti III. Hold on. Here we go. From perhaps the greatest the greatest reality television show ever. For those of you who don't know this song, prepare for your ears to be tortured. Walk with me now. Walk with me. Okay. Yeah. It wasn't that. That was probably the highlight. That's probably the best I can muster for John Gotti III tonight. It's about as good as it could get. I did have him down 50-45 in my very tightly scorecard for this very important exhibition. Yeah, we had Tio versus Taylor. Yeah, we had Adrian Broner. But tonight was probably the most important fight of all. Controversial disqualification loss for John Gotti III. Was trailing on the scorecards, but you never know. Might have had a little Rocky Marciano magic in him. Absolutely not, but there we go. There we go. Gotti's dad wasn't even there, probably. Yeah, I feel like we would have got a shot of him on something, but we didn't see him. Rick Noblock said, thanks for the great play-by-play. It was as good as I could do it for an exhibition fight. Thank you, brother. Let me see here. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Yeah, great quote. Alright, so why the hell are they scoring exhibitions anyways? I don't know, Conshonery. It's all, anything for views. Alright, do we play Undisputed now? Let's do it. Let's play some Undisputed. Walk with me now. Rivalry renewed tonight. I don't know, guys. I feel like that could be the start. Could be the start of something great tonight. You see that, right? Floyd landed at the end. Dave Clark, it looked like he landed a check left hook at the end there. But how professional do I think that was? Extremely not professional. The opposite of professional. Them goons Floyd's got are huge. Mobsters ain't made like that. Yeah, they used to be tough back in the day, but yeah, they were definitely outsized there. I don't think that would have went well for them in that scenario. But here we go. Brian Jackson says you're the GOAT. Thank you, sir. Couldn't help but acknowledge that comment. Okay, hold on now. Walk with me now. That show. Actually, his daughter, to her credit, John Gotti's daughter, who was the star of that show, she's actually had some game. You could tell she paid attention to her father. Here we go. Gotti Jr. got stabbed in New York. They have no power. Yeah. Those days are well gone. I mean, John Gotti got slapped in prison, right, and couldn't do nothing about it. So those days are over, but there's still dudes with Italian last names out there in the corporate world that are a part of that stuff. But let me see. Who we rocking with tonight, chat? We'll do Joe Calzaghe. We'll do Joe Calzaghe. We always try. Nah. We'll do Roy. Do Roy Jones. Do Roy. Or hold up, chat. Who you guys want? Oh no, it's too late. Too late. Leave the gun, take the cannoli. Godfather Part 2, greatest movie ever made. Greatest movie ever made.
It's time
a
for the
prequel.
talking to stop and the fighting
let me lower
to
this a
start.
little bit.
This should be good.
I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson. It's action night. It's
Yeah, Godfather Part 2, best movie ever. A prequel and a sequel, a foreign film, a film. Hold on, let me turn my volume down. And so much more for a film that, you know, obviously is fiction. There's so much more truth in the Godfather films than people realize. Those scenes in Cuba are amazing. When the reality that Francis Ford Coppola shows you, that the heads of all the AT&T and of IBM and all these major tech companies and phone companies and oil companies, they all sit at the same table in Cuba, money laundering through casinos with organized crime. And you know, films don't show that level of truth anymore. They're too busy showing you stupid superhero movies now. I don't know if you'll ever see a film as good as The Godfather Part 2 again. But anyways, here we are, round 1. Let's whoop some ass on Canelo. Let's finish our stream with some Undisputed. Hold on. Got him with the jab. Walked him into that jab. You know, I like to start with this jab a little bit. Take my time. Walk him into some counters. We don't gotta go crazy to start. Boom. Boom. Let Canelo walk into some counters. Like that. That catch and shoot left hook right there. Oop, touch him with the right. Oh, straight right hand over the top of his jab, counter. Oh, check left hook, counter. You know, up, walking into the jab. Oh, check left hook, counter. Back on the jab. We're going to touch his body. All right, let's establish that range a little bit. Back on the jab. Boom, check him with the hook again. Catch and shoot. Catch and shoot. Jab. Catch and shoot. Jab. Sometimes that jab is just nice so I know where he is. And then I know, okay, he's right there. I touched him with the jab. Then I could land something else off of it. Even if he blocks it, I know he's there. Easy first round, chat. Oh, he countered me over the top once. But, bop, 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 bop. Finish to the body. Finish with a hook up top. And that's how we do it. One zip, chat. Anyway, chat, keep throwing stuff my way, man, while I'm playing the game. We don't got to just focus on the game. Reza Gutta says he's whooping you. No, he's not. Joey D with the Italian flag says Gotti needs to control his emotions. They made a lot of money tonight. That's all that really matters for them. They don't give a fuck. Does anyone know who this is? I think some people do. Scott G. Hey, thanks, brother. Happy to see you still in here, bro. Have a good night, Scott G. Appreciate it, Paisan. Didn't you already fight Canelo with Roy? Yeah, I did. But Roy's my favorite guy to play with. Could have done a different matchup, but Krishna, it's just I play online and I don't know who I'm fighting until, you know, I'm online. So I didn't know the other person is gonna pick Canelo. It's an online match. So I'm not trying to make Roy versus Canelo all over again, but I know we've done that matchup before, but I picked Roy and this dude picked Canelo, so. Alright, here we go. Boom. Back on my stuff. There we go. There we go. Straight right hand over the top of his jab. Oh, straight right hand over the top. Oh, right uppercut inside. To the body a little bit. Don't forget to touch it. Touch the body. Back on the jab. Back on the jab. Big counter coming. Boom. Oh, he got his head off the line last second. I'm going to catch and shoot in the pocket. Hold up. There it is. I'm going to stay in there for a second. We don't want to be in there too long with Canelo, but yep, let's get a couple counter body shots in there. Boom, counter hook, back to the body. All right, let's get out of there now. We got what we wanted. Let's not get greedy. Let's not get greedy. Oh. Ooh! That up jab by Roy. Roy has such beautiful animations in this game. Check hook coming. There it is. Right hand coming, right hand coming, right hand coming. Oh, no. Hold up. There it is. There it is. All right, 2-zip. Who the hell is John Gotti III? Asked King Fury. He is the grandson of the former Gambino family boss, John Gotti Sr., who, along with Al Capone, Lucky Luciano, probably one of the top 5 most famous gangsters, organized crime figures of the 20th century. He lost every round, and then Kenny Bayless, for some reason, disqualified, and then a brawl broke out in the middle of the ring. It was kind of fun, but it's all done now. Nakma Nam Fucha said Floyd don't deserve to wear a Philippine flag shorts. He's not a real fighter. He's more like a runner, a chicken runner. I mean, he had 26 knockouts and 50 wins. A lot of them coming in title fights, at 130 and whatnot. So you don't get knockouts in title fights against guys like Gennaro Hernandez and Angel Manfredi and Arturo Gatti without sitting down sometimes and landing some beautiful shots and combinations. So yeah. But whatever, we all know this already. Come on, brah. Got him thinking twice before he comes in. That's what counterpunching does. Oh, oops, got a little sloppy there, my bad. Boom, check him with the hook. There we go. To the body. He's trying to sidestep. He's trying to get a little positioning, but I'm not giving it to him. He got it that time. He's trying to step over to his left when he throws. See that? But no, I'm not giving him that. Oh, good double jab by Canelo. Boom, straight right hand. I timed the jab that time. I knew he was throwing it again. Boom, straight right hand again. I'm mad at you landing that double jab. I'm going to time you a couple times with my right hand now. There it is. Oh. Come on, Roy, let it go. We had the opening. Oh, he tried to counter me with that Canelo uppercut. Nope, I'll counter you with my uppercut. Straight right hand counter. Oh, you saw the straight right hand into. Oh, again. Oh, beautiful. Oh, again. Let's go. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. His assistant from the Philippines. Yeah, he wore the Filipino flag for Kichi, for his assistant that passed away. I'm surprised. We actually got 750 people sticking around to watch the gameplay. Usually folks dip out once we start playing the game. But, yeah, that's what's up. I hope you guys are enjoying some of the gameplay with Roy. I love to counter punch in this game. That's my favorite thing to do. Hold on. Let me loosen that stance back out, keep it on the outside, and then we'll tighten up and fight in the pocket later in the round. I'm trying to catch and shoot on that jab. Oh, he's catching me, touching me a little bit. There we go. Oh, nope, they didn't give it to me. There it is. Yeah, we got him thinking twice. Ah, let me tighten it up this round. Ooh! Hold up. Oh! I'm just grooving. Hold on. Getting a little quiet. I know. Boom. Setting something up on him. Setting something precise up. Like that. Ah, there it is. There's the count. Oh, and then touch that uppercut. Let's go. Boom. Oh, short. Oh, short. Twice. Do it again. Do it again. Give me a hook to counter. Woo! Ah. Oh, 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 oh! I had to explode with a little combo right there. I saw the openings through the center. There we go. King Fury says he's got Canelo up 4 rounds on his scorecard. Damn, King Fury, you're supposed to be rocking with me on the chat. Joey D said everyone should be embarrassed tonight and should be refunded. Should we really be surprised, though? Floyd was, man, he was really... Yeah, he was really egging it on, though, man. I mean, Floyd talks shit during every sparring session, every exhibition. But, man, he was dialing up the animus in it, and it got heated. So, and then what happened, happened, but... It was almost like Floyd just didn't like the guy. Or didn't like what he represents or something. I don't know. But maybe he didn't like what he represents. Like, you ain't shit. You're not hard. Just because your granddad was who he was. I don't give a fuck. Might have been that kind of thing. Come on, Canelo. You're just dying the slow death. Come in here and exchange and let me get you out of here for these lovely people. There we go. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, I'm the counter puncher, chat. You see it. You see the counters. That's what I do. I'm the counter puncher. I'm like the Terrence Bud Crawford of Undisputed. I'm going to counter you to death. Punch in between your shots. Oh, whoops. Doop. Doop, doop. Doop. Look, I'm taunting him with that. Taunting him with that. Wait. Ooh. Let me loosen the stance back up. Straight right hand counter over his jab. Do it again. Straight right hand counter over his jab. Do it again. Straight right hand counter over his jab. Oh, wait. Alright, we did it 3 times though. Let me see. Showtime. But what's up, Mr. Quake? Good to see you, brother. Tiafimo really retired? No, Jay. No, of course not, man. He may have said that, but he's not going anywhere. What game is this? Justin Allen. This is Undisputed. Early access. Yep, on PC. T.O. didn't retire, man. Don't worry about that. Deegan Rich says, tell your boy Floyd don't come to New York City solo. We're looking for him. Deegan Rich, who is we? Bonanno? Lucchese? Who's Floyd got a duck when he gets out there? Marvelous Irv. Good to see you, chat. Good to hear you're doing good, Mr. Quake. Good to have you in the chat, brother. Joseph 1638, I appreciate it, man. Good to have you here. Yeah, Marvelous Irv just woke up. Update me. Floyd, they had a big brawl happen in the ring. Kenny Bayless disqualified John Gotti III. They were talking a lot of shit, and it was getting more and more heated, more and more animus, and then Kenny Bayless stops the fight, disqualifies Gotti, it looked like. And then all hell broke loose in the ring. And then they got Gotti and Floyd out of the ring, but you know, it was like 100 people in the ring. A few punches were thrown, I think. Let me knock out Canelo. Here we go. Oh. Hold up. Counter. Counter, counter, counter. Here we go. Woo! Whoop. Whoop. Ah, getting a little slop. I don't like sloppily exchanging like that. I like to counter and pick my shots, but this is getting a little old. Let's get him out of here. Ah, that was a nice counter opening. Missed it. I'm letting them touch me up a little bit because I'm just staying in there, trying to let them shoot so I can do that. Let them throw some shots so I got something to counter off of. All right, let me back out, get a little distance, put the jab on him for a second, walk him into something. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. Boom, boom. Yep. Ah, sloppy on my part. There we go. Counter punching is just so much sweeter than it is in Fight Night in this game. It just feels so much more satisfying to find the openings in the counter punching and the exchanges. That was my ugliest round. This guy's starting to bore me a little bit. I just want to get him out of here. Let me see. Roy DeMayo's brother. Come on, stop all that, guys. We're better than that. Let's not start with that. Come on. You guys are going to make me sound like Cologero in a Bronx Tale. They ain't bothering me. You guys are going to start don't start that. You're going to start reminding me of C's buddies on his stoop that were retarded. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, you saw the counter uppercut on the inside. Again, the counter uppercut. He's ready to go. Come on, let's get him out of there. Little shimmy shuffle and let's go. I'm smelling blood. Come on, let's get him out of it. Let's put these shots together. There it is. There it is. Let's go, chat. Cheer me on, chat. We smell blood. Let's get him. Oh! Ah! Hold on. Counter coming. Counter coming. Boom! There it is. Nope. Okay, okay. Touch, touch. Go ahead, shoot your shit off. And I'll counter something. Go ahead. There it is. Counter uppercut. Ooh, short counter uppercut. Damn, Canelo's got a chin, man. Ooh. Man, we nailed him with some counters, man. But he's taking it. He's taking it. Floyd's fine, man. Nothing's gonna happen. None of that shit gonna happen. Nice uppercut. Thank you, Mr. Quake. You see it. Ain't no damn mafia on this chat. Right, Boston's right. Let's stop the tough guy stuff. Gameplay is more interesting than Floyd versus Gotti. Right, at least we're getting some high-level boxing somewhere tonight. Here we go. Canelo got a chin, man. We're hitting him with some good shots. He's taking it. Ooh. We're going to stop him nasty, though. I want something flashy for this knockout tonight. Oh, short uppercut. Oh, uppercuts to the body. Oh. How much more is Canelo going to take? Oh, good uppercut by Canelo. Oh! Some of these counters are sweet. Oh, they didn't give me that? Sometimes I like to throw that jab out there just to invite a shot, and then I catch and shoot on him. Like that. Come on, Canelo. Come on, Canelo. Let's try the Roy Jones leaping left hook in a second. Watch. Ah. 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 Oh. Ooh! Ooh! Counter uppercut. Yeah, you know, get out of there. You knew I was coming with it. Damn, good shots, good shots. Snapping my guard a little bit. Oh, that was step back left hook, chat. You saw it. Oh my God, how much is Canelo gonna take? Killing his body, killing his head. Counter right hand coming. Boom! Another one. Damn, he's taking it. He's taking it, chat. He's taking it. Swervo definitely would have beat Canelo for real. Definitely. Animations are crazy on this game. Probably best animations I've seen in a boxing game. Certain animations for sure. Like Roy Jones's left hook, his right hand is beautiful. The way Roy stands at times is beautiful. Other times the animation is very stiff and choppy and needs work. But Canelo's uppercut is straight out of how he really throws it. Also how he throws his left hook is very on point. But they still got some stiff ones too. Jonathan Pace says you're smothering a lot of your work. Yeah, it's because I'm staying in the pocket, inviting him in so I can counter. But here, I'll get a little distance on my punches. Let's see. I'll do that this round. There it is. There it is. Little distance on it. I don't mind listening to my cornermen, my chat. Whoa, there it is. Oh, there it is. Hey, good advice. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, hold on. Back out, back. Oh, wait. Ooh, oh. Trying to step back on that hook. Walk him into that jab. Oh, walked him into the uppercut. Walked him into the uppercut. Oh, almost again. Oh, right uppercut. Oh my God, chat. Chat, can I get some props for this counter punching? Come on now. I'm giving us some legit undisputed, not some rock'em sock'em robots. Come on, chat. Show some love. Show some love, chat. Oh, I almost did it. Almost did it. I'm setting up the pull right hand counter over his jab. Hold up, I'm setting it up. There it is. Hold on. There it is. Canelo, go down, fool! Damn. I mean, Canelo, I get it. He's got an amazing chin, but my Lord. Is Larry Holmes in the game? Yabba dabba doo. Not yet. He will be. He will be. He will be. Swervo says counter punching on point. That's my bread and butter, man. That's my bread and butter. Keith King said the distance gave more impact on the counters. Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, let's finish the show, man. I don't want Canelo to see the final bell. I mean, we're hitting him with everything. God damn. Boom. Come on. Uh-oh. Go ahead. Shoot. Psych, I'm out. Oh, into the counter right hand. Into the body shot. Into the other body shot. How much more can Canelo Alvarez take? He fires back. Go ahead. Shoot it. I'm gonna slip it. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I was just off with that uppercut. That was the... Alright, let's get a little distance. Let's get a little distance. Ah! Haymaker uppercut that time. That was like... I'm gonna stay in the kitchen for a second. Just for a second. I'm gonna stay in there and fuck his body up. I'm staying in the kitchen on purpose. To the body. Hold on, a little bit more body work, and then I'll get back out of there. Hold on. All right, I'm done. Let me get out of there. Get back to walking him into counters. Hold on. Ah! Oh, good jab, Canelo. Stay in there to finish the round. Let's go. Weedy Gonzalez, no, Canelo's getting destroyed. Weedy, you must have just came in, brother. We're doing our thing. Trackman says he's out working you. Absolutely not, guys. I'm putting on a clinic. What are y'all talking about? I'll be back on the outside this round. I'm going back on the outside. I'm back on the outside. What do? Go right to me. I wish he would fight a little more desperate, though, being way down on the cards. Like, come on. Come at me. Come at me, bro. See, he's not fighting like a guy who needs a knockout to win. Like, that's part of why I'm staying in the kitchen with him sometimes when I don't need to, because I want to fight and get him out of there. He's not walking into shot. See, he's staying on the outside like he doesn't need a knockout to win. There we go. Hurt him. Got him. Oh, and then the no look. And then the look away. Got him. Any idea if they'll have old venues like Caesars in Vegas? I heard they might get the MGM in there. Alright, here we go. Let's finish them. Counter right uppercuts. Counter right uppercut again. Counter left hook. Come on, go down. I want to get my chat a knockout. Let's go. There it is. Oh! Oh! Someone clip that and send it to me on Twitter. Two-piece. Two-piece. Woo. Damn. That's it, chat. He's not getting up from that two-piece. Woo! His arm has melted into the canvas. What a knockout. That's how you close the show, baby. That's how you close the show. What was that? The 9th round was a counter-punching beauty. Put that one in the highlight reel. Yeah, that was finish him. God damn. Chat. Look at the counters. 147 counter punches to 12. I countered him 147 times before he finally went down. Good Lord. That's how you do it, chat. To the winner's cam. Hold up. To the winner's cam. Let's go. What was that? Two-piece. It was two-piece, my lord. Alright, guys, that's it. Anything else, chat? I think that was a good way. That was a proper send-off. Let me close undisputed, but that was good. That guy wasn't the best opponent, obviously, but made me look good. So All right, chat. Anything else before we get out of here? Or is that it? Is that it for a weekend? We had like 600 people stick around and kick it for the Undisputed gameplay. That's pretty awesome. Seriously though, if someone could send me that on Twitter, clip it. That'd be beautiful. If not, I understand. Is Crawford on the game? Crawford is on the game, and he's amazing. I actually have like a 15-minute counterpunch highlight video that we've been sitting on for months, and that my editor, the editor of the site, he's just waiting for the right time to drop it and capitalize on all the Crawford Spence views and all. Like, we're probably gonna drop it when it makes the best sense. But yeah, we got like a 15-minute just counterpunching highlight reel with Terrence in the game that is gonna look sick. If you thought my counterpunching with Roy looked good, you haven't seen nothing yet until we drop that Crawford video. But otherwise, man, thank you, Boston says tonight was a good stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Colin Galano said that right counter over the jab was beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, and I think I did the game justice, because sometimes I've been nervous on stream, and even when I win, I get into those like rock'em sock'em robot fights every now and then. But the game really does look good, and it really is fun when you box, when you pick your shots and counter and do your thing. You could do some beautiful stuff in this game that you can't do in Fight Night Champion. But that's about it, man. Riz off the chart, daddy. Riz obviously has something to do with being attractive. I don't even fully know what it means yet, but thank you, Trilla Weirdo. And Timothy Bradley in the chat. Is that really you, Tim? Because Tim, I think last time you just had it in as just Tim Bradley, but is this my man, the Desert Storm, fresh off his Hall of Fame induction? My man Tim Bradley, we're about to sign off, Tim, but if that's really you, brother, congrats on getting into the Hall of Fame, man. Love you for all the time you give us here on Fight Hype and off camera, just knowledge on the sport that you got. But if that really is my man Tim, because Tim has been in the chat with us before and we didn't even know it. So much love to Tim Bradley, who definitely got in the Hall of Fame. But real quick, I got a super chat before I get out of here. Julio Guzman said, what weight was Floyd at? I thought it was Luis Ortiz. Floyd had to be about 155, a little bit below 160 tonight, if I had to guess. I don't think they had an official weight for him, but he was in the 150s, I believe. No six-pack these days for Floyd, which is kind of crazy. I thought he'd always have one, even when he hung him up, but still in good shape for a normal 45-year-old man. But thank you, Julio Guzman, for the super chat. I appreciate it, brother. I had him winning every round of this exhibition for what it's worth, and then shit got crazy. So, who do I think Teofimo Lopez fights next? And favorite Doritos flavor? Either regular or the spicy. I might give an edge to the spicy if I'm feeling spicy that day, Mr. Quay. But definitely either just regular ass Doritos or the little spicy joints. But hold on, there was another one I had to get to, which was what do I think Teo will do next? I think Teofimo will. I have a feeling he might fight Barboza, and Devin Haney will fight Jose Ramirez, and then they'll face each other in 2024 in a pretty big, relatively speaking, pay-per-view fight. Lomachenko and Haney did good business, and sold out the MGM Grand. Lopez and Haney will have a much bigger build-up in terms of trash talk and selling the fight, and it's two guys in their prime who don't like each other. Exciting style matchup, contrasting styles, so much athleticism and youth in that fight. And I think that's a big spring 2024 pay-per-view on ESPN, should Haney opt to remain with Top Rank for a few more fights and re-up. But I don't think they're going to fight each other next. I don't think Haney and Teo's next. I think Teo's going to have a title defense, maybe against Barboza. I have a feeling him and Haney are going to split Barboza and Ramirez. One will fight one and the other will fight the other. And then hopefully meet up next year. Let me see. Another super chat from my man Julio Guzman. Teofimo versus Prograis 2024. It's not going to happen, brother, because Prograis opted to sign with Hearn, with Matchroom Eddie Hearn. And so that the reason he didn't fight on ESPN was he wasn't. I mean, it was because he had MTK ties still, and ESPN couldn't do business with Pro Bellum. But even though he's not with Pro Bellum now and he's with Eddie Hearn, he's still not going to fight on the ESPN platform, which means he's not fighting Teofimo. I guess there's always another George Kambosos purse bid scenario, but I think Teo has probably learned from that scenario, doesn't want to do that again. And there's not going to be any crazy Triller money out of left field. So, I mean, I'd love to see Teo in Prograis. The problem with Prograis, I hate that in this sport, who you fight can largely be dictated on who your promotional outlet's with, but we all know this is how it works. And Prograis has frozen himself out of the best fights at 140, barring Devin Haney going back to Matchroom and signing a deal with Eddie Hearn. Prograis has frozen himself out of the best fights at 140. He can't fight the top-ranked guys, Teofimo. He can't fight the PBC guys, Gary Antoine Russell, Subriel Matias, Rolly Romero. Unless Ryan Garcia wants to fight him next, but I don't see that happening. Ryan's not coming off a knockout loss and getting in there with a dog like Regis Prograis at 40. So, yeah. But thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it, brother. Rick Timms the third said, greetings from Houston, everybody. Sunnyside, Texas, up in this camp. Good to see you, brother. Oh, Tufan Anaz, salute, brother, to Australia. Always good to see you in the chat. Eddie, the used car salesman, is going to throw some money at Teo in 2024. Yeah, we'll see. But I'm hopeful that, I mean, even though it doesn't work out like this in boxing a lot of times, but I'm just hopeful Devin will sign, 3 or 4 fight deal with Top Rank, re-up with them, and Teo will do the same, and that they'll fight each other. And then the winner of that fight can really come much more as an equal to the negotiation tables with Tank and PBC. Because, because of the box office numbers Tank's been doing, you got to really come to the table as a B-side. Part of why Ryan had to accept the terms given to him, although I think he had more leverage than he gave himself credit for. But, he was desperate to get that big money, and so it went. But for Devin, fighting Tank right now doesn't make sense because he's not at 100% making 135 pounds anymore. He's got to go to 140 where his body is begging him to go. And then him and Teo would be for the lineal strap. And then the winner of that fight, which would be a pay-per-view fight, would sit in first of all, they'd be healthy. They wouldn't be drained at lightweight. And then their negotiation position would be much stronger. And they could leverage a better deal where they're not weak in weight at 35 and be more of an equal at. They'll still be the B side because it's hard to catch Tank's numbers right now. But that's how I look at it in that scenario right now. I got another super chat from Julio Guzman again. Thank you, Julio, so much, man. You helped pay for the pay-per-view tonight, so thank you. Is there any 154-pounder that Floyd can get serious and get in shape for? Conor Benn? Julio, them days are over. They're paying him way too much money to fight the John Gotti III of the world and Logan Paul and Deji. He's making 8 figures fighting these guys. He's not going to make any more money, if at all, fighting a Conor Benn. Now when you fight a young, explosive guy like Conor Benn, now you're risking your health as opposed to these overmatched, no-hopers in the exhibition. So Floyd, skills-wise, and all that, could still probably be the best welterweight and 154-pounder in the world. The problem is his body can't take punishment anymore. If you look at his body, it's a lot more brittle now. And, I just think he wouldn't be able to receive those partial punches now that bounced off him like rubber when you're a young, strong fighter in your prime. And those partial lands, those little body shots that land underneath the elbow. Yeah, you pulled your head out of you had the reflex to roll the shot, but it did get in a little bit. Some of those shots that he would roll on the ropes, and those little partially landed shots, they'll affect him now. They'll physically move him, make him react where when he was a younger man he didn't. And I just don't think he can take punches at this stage like that anymore, and that's why I wouldn't pick him to beat a Spence or a Crawford. But if he still, had his some of his youth, he would beat those guys still. When I see him spar, he still has a more extensive bag than even Crawford, who's got, some of the most sauce in the game, the most versatility in the sport, but still doesn't have all the moves up his sleeve that Floyd at 45, when he's having fun and with an overmatched opponent, he can still bring out more tricks up his sleeve than anybody in the game today. But yeah, his days of fighting young prime fighters, they've been well over for almost a decade now. But yeah, man, that's about it. Hope everybody has a great rest of the weekend, unless there's any pressing stuff you want me to talk about before I get out of here. But that's about it, man. Thank you, everybody. So damn, we still got like 600 people in here. There must be a lot of people circling back. Floyd versus Manny too? Nah, not a chance. Thank you for the super chat, Julio Guzman. Not a chance. Not a chance. They would have fought when they were younger, 2011, 2010. It would have been a funner fight. I still think Floyd wins. That counterpunching, as evidenced by the Marquez fight, was just always going to be a problem for Pacquiao, and the length. And then the foot speed to keep up with all the Pacquiao's crazy footworks, meeting his match athletically with a guy who's, even bigger. But Floyd versus Manny too, never. You know what, Julio Guzman, never say never. If they really do put enough money on the table, hundreds of millions of dollars, you never know. But I think that would have happened by now already. And I don't think Floyd ever wants to give Manny the chance to, he beat him, and then that's that. He's taking that to the bank, and he can make a lot of money fighting no-hopers. Why take a risk against a guy that could hurt you, But Terrence Crawford versus Spence press conference tomorrow. Yeah, man, I am, not tomorrow, but Tuesday. I leave with my family to LA tomorrow afternoon, and man, I got a couple of big days ahead of me, chat. Wish me luck. I'll be in LA with my teammates, Ron Goodall, Frankie, out there in LA. We'll be covering, all three of us, three-man team. We'll be like the 2008 Celtics, the big three, KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen, when they won the title. So I'll be live in LA for the press conference, the first time they ever speak and face off since the fight's been announced. I'll be there when Spence and Crawford face off for the first time. We'll be live at the press conference. Tons of interviews coming that day. And then when they wrap up in LA, I'm going to hop on a plane out of LAX over to New York, and I'll be there Wednesday, my wife's birthday, June 14th, but she understands. I'll be out there in New York City covering Spence Crawford Day 2. So keep it locked in right here on FightHype, and we'll close on that. Keep it locked in here on FightHype. We will be live and direct Tuesday, June 13th in LA for Spence Crawford's first ever press conference, and then Day 2 in New York City. We'll be there live, FightHype live as well. So looking forward to it. Wish us luck. And Julio Guzman, thank you again for the super chat, brother. Benavidez Morel official, not official, but heavily been talked about even a week before Plant Benavidez heading into fight week. That's why Morel was slotted as the co-feature. That's long been discussed behind the scenes when I talk to people in the business as the most likely next fight. Some rumblings about Andrade as well, but a lot more smoke around the Morel fight. I think it's happening too early. I think that's a fight you could build up into a real pay-per-view 2 or 3 years from now. But in boxing, so many times we wind up getting fights where they're past their physical prime. At least both guys, even though Morel's green, is in his physical prime. His reflexes, his speed, and all that is at 100% at 24. It's a great fight. It's just a little premature. But all right, brother. Lucius Tate, I hear you. But we got to get that work in. Got to get that money. Got a second baby on the way, so I'll be out there. Everyone have a good rest of the night, and I'll catch everyone later. Peace.